Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Mafia Roundtable, Sicali's Corner Unfiltered, with yours truly, Dominic Sicali. Hope everybody's having a great day. Folks, we are sold out of the pre-sale. Official Crypto Nostra. Gone, off to the races. Folks, this is going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. We're anticipating, we'll know tomorrow for sure, but it looks like on Friday we will launch. We're going to get all our promotional gear ready to put out there in the crypto world. We're ready. We're coming at you with a force, Mafia style. Because why? We don't play by the rules. We make the rules. There we go, folks. There we go. So I want to say thank you to everybody. I couldn't have done it without everybody's support, everybody's help. We generated, I think it's over $150,000, $154,000. It's around there. So, and as Solana keeps on going up, the numbers will get higher. So, folks, couldn't have did it without everybody. Thank you. Johnny, Cynthia, Francisco, German, Star 2, All-Star with Vegas Lines, brought to you by Crypto Nostra. Show over 70 minutes. The one. The tracksuit. That's coming soon. Dom to rap. Crypto Nostra in the house. Not even a sound from a mouse. We're taking everything out. That's what we're doing here. Mafia Roundtable, without a doubt. You like that? Okay, a little something. Well, good to see everybody's coming on. Oh, damn this internet. I don't know what's going on. I keep on paying with Crypto Nostra. It keeps on bouncing back. What's going on, folks? Oh, they don't have that wallet set up. But this Wi-Fi, and I have the maximum you could get. Download, upload, sideload. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, I got to get dumps everything else put in this house. I'm going to call Spec tomorrow and fight with them. That's all. Fight with everybody. It's just part of the game. Just the house where the internet is. If I have to, I'll sit right in front of the internet, because there we go. Can't believe it. That's probably because I am the bill. I tried using Crypto Nostra. There we go, folks. I had to go to the other side of the house. So let's sit here. We got a table here, and we'll do the show from here. That's it. That's it. That's what I do for my peeps. That's it. We don't play around. We don't play around. I had to go where it is. And please do not make fun of the plastic on these chairs. That's right. Play on. Okay, could you hear me? Everything's going good. All right, there we go. People, hit that damn like button. Hurry up before I get bad connection. I have to shut down. I got 4 bars here now, so we should be good to go. We should be good to go. Anyway, folks. Whew. With all that said, I'm whooped. Okay, everybody have a great show. I wish everybody thank you for coming on. We're done. Sorry, Buffett, you missed out. You have to watch the rerun. Nah, just joking. Just joking, folks. So, again, for those of you just coming on, I had to take it to a different section of the house. You see my 1969, 1970 chairs. We have to put plastic on them so everybody sees, because we have three cats, 3 dogs. There we go. Look. There's Mimi. That's my baby. That's one of my babies. Oh, there's my man. See my man right there? The snowman right there. So we got everybody here, folks. And then the gate is right there. We're one of the biggest lakes in Florida. Anyway, so let's talk about Michael Hippie. Michael Hippie and I, we grew up together. I liked Michael Hippie growing up. We were pretty close. And as you know, you heard from my story with him. Call him a drug addict. That's what he is, even more so now. There was a YouTuber who came on. I think it's Convict Inc. It's in the description below. His name is Robert Rosso. And he was with Michael Hippie in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, Lewisburg Penitentiary. And let me tell everybody, in Lewisburg Penitentiary, folks, when I was up there, it was rocking and rolling. There was a piping or a stabbing almost every single day. It's no joke, that penitentiary. And also with the drugs, with the heroin. Heroin would come in probably twice a month. And the way it comes in, 90% of the time, it's through the visiting room. Visitors bring it in to certain people, and then they get high. So, but when I tell you the place would be flooded with heroin. At that time, the only one who was using out of the close-knit Italians was Nicky DiCarlo. And at the time, Sally Fusco was there, myself. And it even got to a point, I had a motorcycle accident back in 1987, and I had a rod in my leg. So this is in 92, 93. The rod was impeding into my hip. I guess it moved. It was bothering me that every time I walked, my hip was popping. So I went into the infirmary, which is the hospital, the doctors, and they scheduled me to go to outside hospital. They wound up removing the rod from because I broke my femur. And I was in a lot of pain. I mean, a lot of pain. In a wheelchair, they're wheeling me around. And, Nicky, out of the goodness of his heart, said, Dom, I'll get you some heroin. It's like you won't feel any pain. That's how much pain I was in. And I'm like, Nick, I can't. No, Dom, don't worry. I won't say anything to anybody. And I believed him. I definitely believed him. But I'm sorry. I don't know what's up with this internet, folks, but I have full bars. Anyway, so that was Lewisburg Penitentiary. It was just loaded with drugs. And I mean, it was just crazy. So this Robert from Convict Inc., he's not lying when he says that. And he was there, obviously, years later in 2005, I think he said, when Hippie got there. Now, growing up with Hippie, the only things he misstated in this thing, he said somebody was talking about Hippie, meaning me. And I like what he said. He doesn't associate with cooperators, rats like myself, but he didn't knock. He didn't knock bad. So I respect that. It's not for everybody. But two things just to clarify. Hippie and I got arrested together with Ralph Talentino. It was Hippie's car. We're looking for a heroin location, heroin and crack on Allenton Avenue in the Bronx. So we were checking out this park that's known for it. We were going to set up base there. And sure as shit, there's a cop on the corner in a cop car. Hippie, we're in his car. He has a Lincoln Town Car, blue with a white fake convertible top, a 4-door back in the day. So right off the bat, we stand out. So Hippie does a California roll through the stop sign, doesn't even stop. I'm like, Hippie, the stop sign. And we have a gun. There's a gun in the car. Hippie has a gun. It's Hippie's gun. And it's under the passenger seat where I'm sitting. So all of a sudden, cops stop us. They get us out of the car. They're searching the car. They find the gun. Ralph and I look at each other. It's not my gun. If it was my gun, I would have said, officer, it's my gun. And once any of us would have said, it's our gun, they let the other two go. That's it, especially back then, because the cops don't want to be writing up paperwork at that time. But as luck would have it, Ralph and I are looking at each other. Hippie doesn't say anything. He was nervous. First time ever getting arrested. And they take us down to the precinct, 49th precinct or 60-something precinct. And it just so happens, Italian guys, one's at the desk, the other's doing the gatekeeping. And back then they had the bars. So we're all in separate cells. They separate us, but we're on the same range. Hippie's right next to me. We could reach around and pass each other something. Ralph's on the other side of the bar. Hippie had a nice size herringbone chain on his neck. And he's worried. I'm like, Hip, don't worry, he'll be all right. It's no big deal, you know. And I didn't even think he would rat. That doesn't even come to mind at all. So all of a sudden, a guy comes into Ralph's cell. Black guy, they move him into Ralph's cell. So Hippie said, Dom, could you do me a favor? I'm like, what? Could you hold this? I said, come on, give it to me. Give me the chain. Remember, we were both wiry, but I was always good with my hands. Him not so. Wasn't good with his hands. He would fight. He would fight. Wasn't scared, but wasn't good with his hands. So he passes the chain over to me. I said, don't. And he tells Ralph and I, don't worry, I'm going to take the pinch. What do you think I'm facing? I said, I don't know, a couple of years maybe, probation, your first offense. So as we're waiting in there, all of a sudden the cop comes, 2 big shopping bags. My mother came to the jail because make you one phone call. I'm like, call a lawyer. I need a lawyer to go. Comes to the jail with shopping bags loaded. Actually, my mother came with one of her friends, Jeannie Cristiano, was married to a Lucchese soldier, Finnegan. And her and Jeannie come 2 big shopping bags, all sandwiches, chips, soda, everything. And the cops let it in, so everybody's eating. So we were there maybe a day and a half before they bring us down Central Booking. They booked us. Long and short of it all, Sally Larker's father was there in the courtroom. Murray Richmond brought his associate. Hippie and Ralph Talentino get out on their own recognizances. Me, judge said $500 bail. I don't have $500. I'm a kid. But thank God that Sally Larker Sr. was, because then I was going to Rikers. I was heading to Rikers. So as I go in, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm going to Rikers. They're like, Sakali, pack it up, you're leaving too. I'm like, leaving? He says, yeah, somebody put up your bail. So I knew it was Sally Larker's father, senior. And he knew my father. Like, it's all neighborhood. So that's to correct the story, what he said. Then second, Hippie did shoot a guy 10 times. 10 times, even up close. Guy didn't die. And I made a joke out of it. Shot him in the hand, the toe, the ankle. But the guy lived. Hippie went to trial in the state, beat the state case. And then, of course, later on, the feds get him. And that sticks. So just to clarify 2 things. But I always said, Hippie used drugs. I partied. We all partied back then. But to use heroin, that is, number one, Hippie's a soldier. He was a soldier when he went into Lewisburg Penitentiary. Not a civilian, but a soldier. To use heroin as being a made member, that's a death sentence, folks. That's definitely a death sentence. And this guy, Robert, said at one time he got really bad with the heroin. And now I see, okay, the murder plot that was supposed to be put on me, the hit. The guy, Dominic, Junkie. So when I asked about him, Dominic DeLucia, Junkie. Johnny Joe. Back in the day, one of the biggest coke sniffing guys in the Bronx. And you have Hippie, coke and now heroin. So now I could see how they were all staying together talking, because that should have never gotten out. You're going to hit somebody, it stays amongst the group, doesn't get out. For it to get out, get back to me, and everybody knows how it got back to me, it just shows. Mob's not what it once was. And for you guys over there running the Genovese crime family, you better watch out with your boy Hippie. Because for Robert to turn around and say, Hippie, we nicknamed him Mikey, I miss my wife, or I love my wife. Mikey, I love my wife. That's a sign. That was a bad sign back then. Cool, he got hooked on heroin. Heroin, folks, is a taboo no. You don't do heroin, period. So Genovese, you have a Capo who's a junk box. A junk box. That's a major liability. That's right, Hippie. I'm blowing you up right now. I'm not afraid of you, Hippie Michael. You know that. You know that very well. Because I'm the one that put a gun in your mouth to your head, basically, and had you get out of a car, and I took your cocaine. You remember that? And I laughed as I drove away because you had a bottle of soda, plastic bottle of soda. You didn't even throw it at the car. That's how much you feared me. So we know what you're about, Michael Hippie. Just like in Murray Richmond's office, when you said, Dom, why? Why? I'm like, come on, let's just go outside. So I didn't want to make a scene in the attorney's office. And you said no. And you had your whole little group of guys around you. You had your whole group, and you still wouldn't go outside with me because you know the outcome back then. So I'm a rat now. I'm a cooperator. And it's all good. It's all good. But I can tell you this. You're a junkie. You're a junkie. And you know what, folks? I'm sorry. I love it. Because he yelled, and I heard it. Somebody told me, one of my followers, and I had to go with it. I had to go with it. So now that's Michael Hippie's story. So now I know, the drug addicts stay together. Johnny Joe, I'm sorry, just blew you up too. And Johnny Joe when he got high, he was dangerous. He was 10 times more dangerous, and he knows it. I know it. But, me, when I used to party, I got calm. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to do anything. You push me to that level, I would just be 100 times worse than normal. But I never liked going there. Anyway, let's talk about official Crypto Nostra. Folks, we sold out today. That's it. Pre-sale done, shut down. I felt so bad for one of my followers. I told Leah, they tried buying, they couldn't get in. So you'll get in. I told you we gave everybody enough time, but we have so much coming out with it. People jump on board. The terms and conditions for the influencing will be out. So that's coming out soon. We should have it tomorrow online. Lee is checking out the platforms for the software company to make sure everything works well. So just bear with us with that. I have to turn this air down. I'm starting to get hot in this room. I have to find it first. There we go. But we have a lot of good things coming, folks. A lot of good things. I was going to surprise everybody. Joe Barone was coming on tonight. But I called him this morning and said, Joe, I got Hippie. So Joe's like, Dom, go for it. So tomorrow night, Joe will be on. We might have another guest. I don't know yet. Maybe 3 of us on tomorrow night. But we will definitely be talking about, I know he'll be talking about Hippie, sharing. And Joe has a lot to say as well. We have Salvatore says, Dom DeLucia is not a junkie. No way. I heard he is a junkie who doesn't follow through. And I heard from a guy in the Bronx, you know what, folks? And I spoke to the guy, my guy who's up there in the ranks in Crime Family. He might be coming on as well on the live, but we're going to black out the screen, change the voice altogether. So stay tuned for that. And I don't throw stones. I really don't. And what I was told by a few people, not just one person. When I say junkie, he's using coke. I didn't mean heroin. So we'll get that straight. Hippie, coke, heroin, Johnny Joe, Johnny Joe, coke. So I just, at this point in their lives, still partying, it's not cool. Not cool. So I'll answer some questions and then we'll wrap it up. But folks, I had so much fun with yesterday's video. I really did. Looking at Sammy with the horns, I still laugh at it today. I was laughing. Anyway, Dom, how's it going? Great. Puppet Master. Yo, Dom, Cynthia Francisco. Eric, good evening, Dom. Congratulations about the sellout. No, all of you people, congratulations, because you know why? We're going to ride this car together. We're going to ride it to the moon. That's right. I'm going to make money. You're going to make money. We're all going to make money off of this, but we're going to do it the right way. We're going to do it through hard work, dedication, and moving forward. That's the way we're going to do it. Not just a pump and dump. Defy Gardner. Go to Defy Gardner's YouTube channel, folks. He's putting out content. He put out a nice content today. He put up the thumbnail I have in another video that I put out explaining today with the official Crypto Nostra. Check it out. And DeFi, I'm going to put you up in the link tomorrow. Sorry, I didn't have time today, but I'll put you in the link. We'll build up your base. And even if you want to have me on your show, we'll talk about some mob stuff. We'll get people on because you're in that crypto world too. So I'm sure everybody wants to get on board with that as well and learn about crypto. So you know what, DeFi? Do me a favor. Type in your YouTube channel or just go to DeFi, I think, right? DeFi Gardner. I'm going to write it out, folks. Go check out his YouTube page. If you want to learn about crypto, that's the man. There you go, folks. So we'll keep on scrolling down. And by the way, let's see what the numbers are today. I'll tell you right now, just for everybody. So you know what we have in what we sold out at. Let's see. Folks, our liquidity pool is approximately right now $159,000 we raised. And that means our market cap is probably close to $1.5 million. So thank you. We accomplished it. We did it. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for everything. And like I said, we're going to turn around. We're going to be proud of this. We're going to make everybody jealous and envious of this, where we bring this company, where we bring this coin, and what we're going to do. You know why? It's like I said before. We don't play by the rules. That's for sure. We make them here. We definitely make them. Crypto Nostra, our thing, folks. Our thing. Our thing. Everybody sign up for the cousin, whoever you want. There we go with the internet's unstable again. We got power back. People, can I have 100 likes before my internet goes out? Wendy, I know I keep on freezing. Sorry about that, folks, but can't help it. I'm right by the internet, and the internet's right there. It's not even 10 feet away from me. So, Anna, good to see you on. Thank you for coming on again. Robert, Jim. Let's see, Puppet Master. So, Michael Hippie going to be an acting administration member soon. Could you believe that? Currently running 116th Street Harlem crew for Patty Falsetti, who's supposedly been promoted to acting consigliere. Yeah, could you believe that, Puppet Master? Stone Cold Junkie came from, what's his name? Convict Inc. show. Go, I have it in the description. Go check it out. Check it out. He's not even a rat. He just said it the way it is. And that's a shame. That is damn a shame. I got you, brother. Let it come up. German says, want to become something more than dweller? Oh, come on, German. See, I turned red on that one. But German, Got to give it to him. That's my capo, so I'm going to say it. German said, want to become something more than a basement dweller, Jeff Nadeau. Invest in Crypto Nostra, and you will for one belong to something bigger and greater than ever we strive for, success. So seize the opportunity and get out of probably basement, you mean. Jeff, I say this sincerely. I really want you to come on board to influence, because if you live up to the terms and conditions of it that you're promoting, it's going to help us grow. And you know what? I don't hold grudges. I want to see you make money. This way, at the end of the day, when you put that money in your pocket because you saw it wasn't a rug pull, I hope you're man enough to say, Dominic, I apologize. And thank you. Thank you for encouraging me after I went on, I lied about you. Thank you for proving me wrong. So that's why. And I say that sincerely. Really, I want all the haters to come on. There's more than enough for everybody to go around. So that's just the way it is, folks. Just bots. The white capo, LOL. Oh, the white room? We're in the white room. To see this side of you. That's awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yep. I had to come to this side of the house. But you know why I do it for my peeps? Couldn't stand it. It's too important. Too important. Especially I had trash talk hippie. I had my little digs over there. I waited for that. You know why? Because even more so, Hippie put a label on me that wasn't true out there. After I did 10 years for a crime I didn't commit, I came out of jail. Hippie put a label behind my back that I was a rat. Hippie put a label that I had a baseball bat stuck up my butt. Not true. Not true. Those of you who know me, I would listen. If it happened, it happened. What can I do? Look, I'd be walking funny, but what can I do? It happened. It's just, it is what it is. But rat, that was Vinny's first question. First question. Did you ever cooperate with law enforcement? My answer was no, never. So I'm sure Vinny was like, phew. But Hippie, now you're exposed. You are a full-blown junkie. Coke, heroin, drinking. We know drinking. We know. I don't have no loyalty to you, but my other guy, my father, be careful, brother. Be careful. Be careful. What a shame. What a shame. Gee, thank you for the contribution. Damn, that's cold. Get Jeff to buy crypto, make big money, and then you'll sue him and take it back. Very good. Very good. You know why I spoke to the lawyer saying I didn't even ask about it. I'm thinking positive, folks. I'm thinking positive. I want to be positive, take all the negative, and just focus. And that's it. That's what it's about. Robin says, I personally sold Hippie H every week, small amounts, but a regular customer. We were at Otisville with Funzy. Wow. Wow. Folks, I don't know what to say. And, other than everything comes out. And that's sad. That's sad. Listen, that's sad. That's a bad trait. That's bad. That's bad. But what can you do? And Robert did go on to say, talking about Lewisburg, J Block Italians, he said Danny Farmer was the king honcho over there at that time. But back in my day, it was Herbie Sperling. Herbie had J Block locked down. He pulled me down there. I was on the MAB side. I was in D unit, which is a lockdown unit. MAB meant most aggressive behavior. I was over there. Chicky Changalini, he was in A block. That was also another dangerous block, a lockdown. But you had A, B, C, D, all MAB lockdown units, most aggressive behavior. And where I was at, basically all killers. You have all killers in that side. Very few that were drug deal. Rayful Edmund III was there. He was in B unit. Matty Madonna was on that side. We had Juju. Juju was, I think, in that. Yeah, he was in D block. He was in D with me. A bunch of people there. Anyway, I think we're freezing up again, folks. Sorry about that. Can't help it. Can't help it. I could. Might as well. Everybody just missed those words. I froze up, but sorry, you have to go back. Hit repeat. So let's see. There's a lot of comments here tonight. Who do we want to say? Paulie. Okay, well, David says, I did a lot of coke in the early 80s. It drives you paranoid. Listen, I'll share with you people. We were rocking and rolling. Michael Sullivan, and there's a culprit and we were partying like rock stars too. But at one time there was stuff that tasted bubble gum, and oh my Lord, that sold out like that. So, but all good. Back then, you know what? You get it out of your system as a kid, you move on. Oh, Wonderland LLC. Big Dom, is Robert Rosso